All right. Hey, guys out there in Facebook world, this is Barbara Hort with I Am This Woman. And if you're wondering what is I Am This Woman, it is a weekly show that I do because I want to have a space that women get to truly empower themselves, empower others, and share what they're up to. And today I am super excited to have with us the amazing, talented, gifted Jennifer Grace. She is a keynote and TEDx speaker, Hay House author, and she's going to share with us about building a conscious business and brand. Jennifer!
So
I
happy
can't
to
even
be
tell
here.
you. Me too. I'm so excited that you're here. We've known each other a few years, and we've been in different roles of me coaching you, you coaching me, and so I am just definitely excited because I know what you're building and what you're doing, and it's so in line with what I Am This Woman is all about.
Great. I know it's like, I think it's been 4 years this October that we know each other, and you were my captain in gratitude. You were my coach. You were my hero.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? And then all of a sudden now you are my coach, one of my coaches, and
Yep.
as I'm creating. And so I would love to hear about, like, first of all, let's talk about if all these things, if I do go down the list. I mean,
Yeah.
keynote speaker, powerful. You just did a TEDx talk, Hay House author, and then this conscious business and brand that you're doing and who you are. And so for most people know who you are, but I would love to, for anyone who might be watching and wondering, tell us a little bit about you, because I can go down the list, but who are you and
Yeah,
why, you being here is so great.
totally. Well, to do a quick rewind, I got into this world of transformation. It's been like 12 years now. I always say I've been doing it for a decade, then I'm like, no, hold on a second. Now it's almost 12 years that I've been doing transformation as a teacher and as a leader. And in the very beginning, I came to it like most of us did, right? The Oprah Book Club, reading The Seat of the Soul and the Celestine Prophecy, and one eye pops open, then we watch The Secret, the other eye pops open. We're, what the heck is all this manifesting? I want to learn how to manifest, and just kind of getting into this whole world. And then it just opened up for me. And I was so drawn to it. And I had done actually landmark education, and Fran Asaro was my first coach in there. And I thought, God, I love this coaching thing. And then I took the Clarity Catalyst that I'm now the lead the trainer for. That burst my heart wide open. And that was it. I just never looked back. Once I did, I was reading all the books, but once I did the experiential trainings,
Yes.
like did the personal development trainings, then it was just like I fell in love with the work.
Yes.
And I just put my little head down, and for the first 3 years I was just like the little engine that could. I would be anywhere and everywhere. I would be at my hair salon doing, let's do a beauty from the inside out workshop. And, I'd go over to my local cafe and I'd say, let's do a happy hour and I'll do a chat. And like anywhere somebody would have me, I would show up and talk and just started building my tribe. So I kept my
I
head
love
down
that.
for 3 years and just did my little thing and started to grow and grow and grow. And then it was like, ooh, so I feel like I want to write this book, like my own, wisdom was coming forth. And so I wrote Directing Your Destiny, got super lucky, to be picked up on Hay House. They gave me a radio show where I was sandwiched in between Wayne Dyer and Esther Hicks for 3 years. So then, like, can you
Hold
imagine?
on.
Like,
Wait, that is so good.
yeah.
Wow. That's powerful because but you said something that I think was really powerful, is that you said for 3 years you put your head down and you went for it. And I think a lot of times, over the years, I have been back and forth knowing women's empowerment for me, but it's like dipping the toe in the water, and then finally I decided to put my head down and go for it. So I love that. And I love that for anyone who's really passionate about doing something, but they're so afraid to do it.
Yeah. And you know, Virginie, who is my business partner with the conscious business work, she's always like, get on one horse and ride that one horse, you
Mm.
know. And I find a lot of people are like, all right, I'm a coach over here, and then I have my 9 to 5 over here, and then over here I'm also doing this. And you know, if you're riding too many horses, you're just spreading too thin. So I just rode that one horse. I was super consistent. I didn't care about rejection. I didn't have a fear of failure. I was like, at least I'm falling forward, you
Yeah.
know, at least I'm doing something. And I
Mhm.
speak to rooms of 3 people, and I didn't give shit. I was
Right.
like, I'm showing up. And to me, that consistency of showing up, riding one horse, keeping the blinders on, because I wanted to write the book, and the comedic actress wanted to play, and the philanthropist, and I had all these ideas. And I said, nope, ride this one horse. Once that coaching, you know, started to really kick off, and now I was getting referrals in, and the crowds were getting bigger, and things were happening, then and only then did I say, okay, which one do I want to go up on? The writer wants to play, the actress, the
Mm.
philanthropist. I took down the writer and I said, let's write the book.
Wow.
Did that. Then I wanted to do philanthropy. So I started the retreat company that was all about transformational retreats. And then the actress wanted to play. So I started the, you know, the radio show, the Jennifer Grey show, all of that. So I always did one thing at a time,
Right.
completed it, done, and then I go up on the shelf. So that has
Mm.
been, you know, the way to build a conscious business is even inside of your conscious business, don't
Right.
try to write the book, do the podcast, do the courses. You're gonna, your head's gonna spin.
Right. No, I agree with you because
Some
I
things you could
started
do
this. Right.
simultaneously for sure, but not 20.
No. And I started this and I was like, I'm doing the show. And so I've had people say, so what is this? Are you getting paid for this? What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm doing the show. And now, as the show has been kind of the foundation, now I'm building out the website. Now I'm
Yep.
starting to work on the next part of it. So I love that you're doing that. And I love the fact that what you're saying is that like this is something that you wanted to do. You have this passion, you have this drive. And I spoke to someone yesterday who called me and said, I'm ready for you to coach me. I'm ready for the next thing. So I said, when do you want to start? And she goes, well, after the pandemic is over. So I said, then you're not ready. Then you're not ready, because
Right.
if you're ready, when I spoke to you and I said, I'm ready, and it was like, and go,
Yep.
you know?
It
So I
was
think that
then.
that's important. Yeah,
It is
very much so.
important. Yeah.
It is.
So
So the conscious business and brands, because as someone who's so passionate about this work and building my business and building my brand, what is it that that you're doing that really supports, and I know you mostly work with women, but there's some men out there
oh
that
yeah.
mostly support that into helping someone to build that.
Yeah, I mean, whenever we create a new program, it's always in response to where the tribe is, right? So in the
Mhm.
beginning of my career, I was here, so my clients are here, they're just seeking, right? And now I
Mhm.
write the book, so now I can create a course that will help people how to become a published author, and I can bring them here. Then I do the TEDx talk, and then I do how to become a professional speaker course, and then I bring them here. And then I look back and I go, wow, look, I've built this incredible conscious business and brand. So
Yes.
now my students are here and they're like, how do you do that? So now I build that out with Virginie Del Mar to take them here and
Right.
to the moon, right? And so
So
that's an
good.
important thing to look at too, especially if you're somebody who's building businesses and you're trying to figure out what people want. Just ask them, you know, and you just need to be a couple chapters ahead of your client, especially if you're
Mhm.
in coaching, to just bring them to where
Right.
you're at, right, and keep
Yeah.
moving them.
Yeah, and I love the fact that with you and Virginia, when you guys coach, what I think is so amazing is that you have like your superpowers, she has hers, and it's an interesting dynamic to see because sometimes you're on for the week, sometimes she's on, and you both bring such different, diverse, thoughts and feelings that we really are benefiting from. So
Yeah.
I think that that makes you guys so strong. And then also your attention to detail about what you're doing. It's that you're not just throwing something at someone, you really do take the time to put something together and then to support, the people that you're coaching. So I know for me that that's a huge win,
Yeah.
for who you
Well,
are.
we
Yeah.
have the elements of hustle and grace. So she's hustle, I'm grace. But a
Yes.
lot of times I'm hustle and then she's grace and we get to
Right.
play. But having that energy of, the grace of allowing yourself as you're creating a conscious business to really be in the discovery and that organic creative process, which you're in right now. You're just like, letting things come up, you're meeting people, you're hearing what clients are wanting, you're creating, you're not like, rushing and just putting something out there. Like you're really in this beautiful creative process.
Yes.
And it's so important to be first purpose driven. We don't want to be profit driven in a conscious business. Conscious is before business, right? Conscious
Yes.
business. So first it's like, what's in your heart? Who do you want to play with? What is the conversation you want to be in? And this is really important because a lot of people go to low hanging fruit,
Mhm.
okay, I've got these people and let me create a course for them. Well, is
Right.
this what you want to talk about all day long? Is
Mhm.
this the business conversation you want to be in? So I love the conversation of marketing and branding and transformation.
Yes.
And I love talking to women. So there you go. That's the conversation I want to be in. And Barbara, for you, what's the conversation that you love
Yeah.
to be in?
This is so awesome because I'm learning my conversation because I love creative. And what
Mhm.
I'm finding out is that there's a creative gap. And so I'm working on a course called The Creative Gap because there's marketing and branding, right? There's designers over here, but then it's this middle section that's like, how do I do that? Or how do you do that? And also I love the space of allowing women to have a space to speak, to share. But this is what I figured out the other day. Not only about speaking and sharing, but most importantly about hearing your own voice. It's
Yes.
it's not about, it's great that everybody else can hear it and say you're wonderful and you're amazing. But when I heard my own voice, something opened up. And when that opened up,
Mm.
bam, it changed.
It
You know?
reminds me of my mom. My mom has a foundation called Time to Tell.
Mhm.
And it's about incest survivors sharing their stories. And then the way she wrote a book, and then she does writing as medicine. And so the women are writing their stories, but they're sharing and they're hearing their own writer's voice, their own voices, and it's so empowering. And
Yeah.
so that's so juicy, right? So that's this juicy conversation. So I always tell
Yes.
people, what do you want to be talking about, watching movies about, listening to podcasts about, like yammering till the cows come home? If
Right.
you could figure out how to make that your business, you will never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
This does not feel like work. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like ever.
Ever, ever,
So
ever. And
that's
yeah, I'm going 100 miles a minute because I still have the full-time job. I have a marketing consultant job that I'm doing, and I'm blessed to be able to do that. But this, like,
is
I
all
was
you want
up.
to do.
Oh my gosh. And I'm so passionate about it. And then when people are reaching out to me and they're saying, I see what you're doing. I want to be a part of this. I want to share my story. That is really this confirmation that where I'm
Mhm.
at, you know, and especially after going down 100 different roads. And
Yes.
I love it. It's 100 different roads that all lead back to the one,
Yeah.
you
Yes.
know. That's the thing that really has impacted me. So for me, where you are, you're so far ahead to the point that you've laid this foundation, and then I get to like look and see and then have amazing powerful women around, because the women that are in the group are just mind
I
blowing.
know.
They really
I
are.
know. Well,
It- it-
that I just, as I say, I keep, elevating myself, my
yeah,
own frequency. Then it's just like the women that come in that are attracted. It's just this beautiful, amazing group that we have together. She's
yes.
referring to our conscious influencer society. So
Yeah.
that's a program that Jenny Del Mar and I put together for women who want to
Mhm.
learn how to move through these different stages of building a conscious business. So
It really is. And we
purpose
support
driven
each other.
first, and
Yeah.
support each other, right? And have each other's backs.
I just had someone ask me something this morning about, hey, when you're doing your live, how do you do this? What happens? And I love the support of the women of, I'm really good at this. Okay, great. Well, I'm doing this or I'm doing that. And so we all come together. And that's what I Am This Woman is about, is what is it that you're doing that can support another woman and
Yes.
creating the space, you
Yes.
know? So that I really, really love. So when you are, this TEDx, I think everybody is like, I want to do a TEDx. I want to do a TEDx. So what was your TEDx about? And what made you define and decide I'm going to do a TEDx?
Yeah. So it was why mindfulness should be just as important as math in our school systems. And I chose that topic because, that's really my philanthropy work, right? That I have up on this
Yeah.
shelf is I really want to transform the education conversation. And I declared that in my part two in gratitude training almost 4 years ago. I stood there in front of my team and I said, I want to redesign the Clarity Catalyst course that I teach for kids and teens. And here we are 4 years later, and New York Department of Education accepted the program, Broward County accepted the program, and we were just about to roll it out in Sunrise Middle.
And then boom.
And here we are, but that's okay. Timing is everything. I have an incredible, wonderful principal who's like, and we're going to do the evidence-based data and then hopefully get it into all the schools in Broward County. So I knew that message needed to get to the masses, and I wanted to do my TEDx talk about that. And it's just been amazing, and still like just promoting it and getting it out there and letting people know. And once we do this real evidence-based data with Broward, I know that we can get more districts on board and other, cities,
Right.
and get it
Well,
everywhere.
it's so important too, because I think right now, I think parents are really seeing now that they're homeschooling their kids and everything that's going on. Like the fact of our schools and our teachers and what they're doing, and then to be able to have support, because we don't raise these kids like on an island alone. It's the interaction, it's what they think about themselves, what the teachers think,
Yes.
all of this. So I think that it's such an important thing to have in our school systems. And it's interesting. I read a report that says, since the schools have been closed, there's been no shootings at the schools, right? And so then you start to look at these correlations between things that are going on and what's happening and what's going, how are we working with our kids? How are we speaking to them? How do they feel about themselves?
Yeah.
So I love the fact that, I can see this, and anytime I hear something about that, I'm passionate about kids. So when I see that excites me. I can't
Me
wait.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get to do more and more of that good
Yes,
work in the world. Um,
that's true.
and then back to, that building of a conscious business, like
Mhm.
coming from first that passion, that fascinating conversation is like
Right,
you, and then who do you want to have it with?
right.
Who do you want to work and play with? Like especially with my leaders, when I'm working more intimately, like we have the
Mhm.
academy where it's like 6 to 8, or even our society, right? We have these groups
Right.
of women. Part of it is like I need to want to be able to go have a drink with them. That, like, my avatar has to be somebody that I want to hang out with, right? Because
I love that.
it for me, work is fun. And so I
Right,
want to have fun with
right.
my women, and just be like, guys, let's go for it. Well, right now we can't, but we have virtual cocktail parties, and
Yes, we do.
it could be
It
a
is
great
lovely.
drink. I don't care what kind of drink it is, but I want to hang out with you. I want to
Right.
also be friends with you, which
Mhm.
is different than the therapy model. In therapy,
Right.
you're not going to do that, but in a business coaching
Yeah.
and branding model, you can definitely be friends. Maybe not so much with the life coaching, but I think
Right.
in this setting, it feels, we're giving more consulting than
Right.
life coaching.
Yes.
So that's important too, to know, like, who are you drawing in? who
Yes.
is this avatar, and so you have your bigger niche, which you
Hmm.
identify as, okay, I want to work with female leaders who are on the edge of their greatness, but then I'm going to go, but I want them to, and I would pick somebody in my group, like, oh, if they could all just be like Barbara. So what's Barbara like? Barbara's very coachable. She's a doer. She's a go-getter. She leads with her heart. I'd want to go have drinks with her, and so then I'm like, okay, now I'm going to create this marketing. But
Hmm.
would Barbara think that this sounds good? Would she love these colors? Is this going to like vibe with her? So instead of trying to think of a broad mass that you're
Hmm.
going to market your conscious business to, you want to create this avatar. And it's even better when it's a real person, because you're always like, what would Barbara think? Would Barbara like this? Would Barbara like that?
Right.
And it just makes it easier. And then so when you know your passion, you know who you want to play with, then it's like, what are they in pain about? What are they struggling with? What are they suffering? And do you have the solution? And if you do, okay, great. Now create something for them,
Right.
create a business for them, a
Yes.
product, a service, and
Hmm.
figure out where you want them to land, and then reverse engineer it and say, okay, here's step 1, step 2, step 3, and you bring them out. And
Yes.
then of course there's the rest of it after you've created the conscious business is marketing and selling it, and then that's the whole other level,
Right.
branding yourself.
I
But
love
it
that.
really just it starts with the conversation, your passion, and who you want to play with.
Right. And I think I love what you said is that when you're talking about the conscious business, that you said that conscious is so important. It's the first part because sometimes they're so focused on the business part of it and the money, money, money that you lose out on this part over here. And so as I was challenged by other coaches who are like, so how are you going to make money? How are you going to make money? How are you going to make money? And it's like, well, wait a minute. I know I have something here, but for me, it is really important to have this platform for women, you
Yeah.
know, and to see them and to honor them and to be that space. So I love that you bring that. And I love that honestly, hopefully everyone else is challenged to be able to say, what is it that you're doing? And then to really focus in on someone and say, what would she do? What would that be? I think that makes it so. I think it makes it a really powerful and dynamic way to build your business up. You
Yes.
know, right,
Yes, because it's got a strong foundation then. It's not
right,
shaky, because it's
yes,
based on like integrity and
hmm,
truth and passion and purpose, and that
right.
can't crumble. If it's just based on like low-hanging fruit or money or like strategy or manipulation, like ugh,
Right, right. And this is what I'm hearing a lot of right now. During the pandemic, it is the time to build business. It is the time. It is the time. It's the time. And I get what people are saying, but I feel like the point of it is it's so focused in on the business aspect and building it and making money that people are hurting. They're in pain. There's a lot going on. So are you, uh, you know, Charles Schwartz, right, who I coached with, one of the first things he said was, always note that pain. What is the pain? And I think that sometimes we're so focused right now on this. Everyone is like, oh, you need to build a business. You need to do this. It's a time to make money. It's a time to make money. And I'm like, but are you really seeing who is it that you're working with? And so I think that part right there is something that I love that you think about and do. So I think that's what made me really gravitate towards you because that's how I think,
yeah.
you know.
Yes.
And this is interesting. You said something, and I just thought about this. You said when you're creating a business, you're figuring out how to, which is the persons that you want to work with. I think when it comes to coaching, it should be that same way.
Oh
Look
yeah.
at your coach. But a lot of people are going for the bells and whistles and everything, and they're not seeing that this coach is someone who is really aligned to your vision, your thoughts, your brand, your how you're building it and how you're putting it together. And so I think that's something that I did that subconsciously and then I just went, oh yeah, that's really important to have that, you
Yeah,
know.
to be in alignment and have similar values, and yep.
And to have a coach who says, you have a show, I know it's new and all of this, but guess what? I want to be on it. And I love that you did that. I love that you
I
said
want to
yes to me.
support you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's important because I think a lot of them are, sometimes people are like, what's in it for me, me, me? And you are like taking your time out to say, this is someone who I believe in and I'm going to support. So just in case if anyone's looking for a coach, she's really good. So,
Well, she's really good.
look, we're like this. Yes, that's how you do it right there.
We do a TikTok dance, like the coach
Oh
TikTok.
my
Can
gosh,
we
I love
discuss TikTok? Can we talk about like the real new me, the new coach coming out of the comedy closet?
Yes, I love it. I am dying. The one you did where it was like the glasses and you're laying down, you're like da, 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 da. This is my mission.
Okay,
I just brought on someone who's going to help me, a young teenager, right? Because
perfect.
TikTok, I'm like, what the heck? But you are showing up and you're doing it. So let's talk about that side because I know
Let's
you're all
talk
great.
about it. Okay, so this is all about being your authentic self and bringing all your passions into your business, right? And my greatest passion is comedy. You know, Joe Engelson, my best friend, and I have that in common. We met on a boat. We were both speakers on the Zen cruise, and we were like, whew. And then it was like sketch comedy, hilarity, like just scenario. Like we just died laughing for the entire cruise ship, right? It's so much fun. And so, you know, it's always been something that is a part of me. Obviously, when I teach and you've been in my classes and I'm out there and I'm, you know, I'm being very playful and I'm very fun in it. But, you know, it's just been this thing that I just am like, oh gosh, I can't wait until I make X amount of money so that all I can do all day long is sketch comedy. Like that's my story, right? And I'm like,
Yeah,
why am I gonna wait?
just do it. Just go
Let's do
for it.
it
Like,
now. And
right.
you
Yeah.
know, the first few I started posting, like I'm working with some big corporations right now,
Okay.
big name corporations. Okay. And
Right.
I know like the HR director is on my Facebook and these people, and I'm like, is this like career suicide, you know?
Sure.
And I'm like, this is it. This is
That's
me.
it.
I need
Take
to
your
be
time.
unapologetic and fully express because life is too effing short. And that's what I got from this pause.
Uh,
That's what I got from the quarantine. I was going out and I still am every morning from 7:30 to 8:30 and I just listen to silence. Distinct from my regular meditation practice of here now and my mantra.
mhm.
Just going outside, I put my journal, I leave it open, and I just listen to something, silence. It was something Kyle Cease had recommended. And I'm just kind of moving through what I'm seeing, noticing the sounds of the birds or the wind in the trees. And like that just is like keeping me out of
Right.
thinking and more into
Sure.
present beingness. So I'm just being
Uh-huh.
and being silent. But then what starts to happen is you begin to start getting downloads, information, you know, and then I would just jot something down on the journal, right? A line, a
Yes.
here. And if you go back, all it is skits, hilarity, like I want to do a laughter summit for healing people through laughter. I mean, that's all it is. And I was like, okay, so
I love it.
there's your truth. Your truth is
Mm.
coming up in the quietest of moments. What are you going to do about it? And the next thing you know, I don't even know how it happened, TikTok. And then it was like, oh my God, like if you were the person, people out there who is the kid who, when everybody came over for Thanksgiving or any holiday, you grabbed all your cousins and you all went in the room and you were directing everybody and you guys were coming up with the Thanksgiving play, the lip syncing, the da 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 da, like, then this is for you. So my whole childhood, and I was an only child, this is what my parents heard. Watch me, ma, watch me, watch me. I'm going to do a show. I'll be right back. I'm going to do a show. I'm going to do a show. And the funny thing is my next door neighbor, Carrie Butler, who is so talented, winds up being a Tony Emmy Broadway star, has been in Broadway her whole life. This is who God puts next door to me. So Carrie Butler and Jennifer DeQuatro are in Brooklyn and Bensonhurst putting on like Broadway level shows at age 7. I'm not kidding you, Barbara. Filling up the backyard with
Oh my God.
chairs. Everybody would bring their beach chair and charging $1 because I was always making money. We would put on Carrie and Susie's dance uniforms. Carrie would sing, "Have you ever been mellow?" and go off like a voice from God. I'm like out there being the host, the comedian, and just like we would just shut the neighborhood down.
Wow. I
This is
love
my
that.
childhood. So TikTok
Yes.
is
Is
like,
that?
but I only have 19 followers. So it's like,
You need a teenager who
I
literally will
only
teach
started
you.
5 days ago.
Yeah. So 19 followers. Look. This is one thing I'm learning. I do this show whether I get 150 people
Yeah.
viewing it, one person viewing it. This is something I'm
This is
passionate
it,
about.
showing
So
up.
I love it. So when I see you, I love it. So on my show, I always ask these certain questions every
Yeah.
time of every guest. When Kobe Bryant died back in January, they talked about he played for 20 years and basketball and doing all that. But then in the last 3 years of his life, he created a legacy with this Mamba mentality and with the girls and everything. And if you were to say to leave a legacy, what would it be?
It would be to have the Insight for Life program in every single school system in the entire world.
Yeah, that's powerful.
That's what it would be.
I love that. I really, really do.
And to have 2 million followers on TikTok, just side note. Just both of those things.
Please follow her on TikTok. We're gonna get all the kids to follow you on
Yes,
TikTok.
that's the only promotion I need, Barbara. Just go to the Jennifer Grace, THE Jennifer Grace on TikTok. Get a freaking account if you want to laugh and smile and dance and
And it's
sing.
really good. Yeah,
It's a
good.
joyful platform.
I am going to do a TikTok. I think I'm going to have some fun, but your TikToks are so awesome. So I believe that we're going to grow this.
Tricks. There's TikTok tricks.
I
That
got to
you
learn.
all think I'm so freaking talented. And all my Facebook friends, I woke up this morning, I'm like, oh God, wait till they find out the tricks. And I'm laughing with Sev. I'm like, they think I'm so freaking talented. Wait, they're all going to find out. They're all going to know my tricks.
So I thought you were super talented.
You slow it down and learn the moves, and I'll teach you. I'll teach you.
Thank you, because I'm watching you. I'm like, she's so good on TikTok. Wow, you're awesome. That's so
all
good.
Lies.
Now, for me, the motto I have with I Am This Woman is that when women really embrace who they are, right, their essence, it impacts their life, their family, their communities, and the world. If you were to have your motto, which I'm sure you probably do, what would your motto be?
It's coming from don't think about it, just do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I'm a very much leap, then look, then figure it out. And I see a lot of people that are waiting for the fear to go away. It ain't ever going to go away. Waiting for the pandemic to be over. It may never be over, right? Waiting for my kids to grow up, waiting for directions, instructions, waiting for permission.
Right.
Stop waiting. Don't think about it. Just do it. Just do the show. Just do the TikTok. Just show up.
Right.
And that is not caring what the itty bitty shitty committee says in here or out there.
Yeah, I think that's powerful. I know in the last few months, my circle has gotten really clear because I've kind of cleared out the clutter. Yeah. And I cleared out the oh, you're gonna do this. Oh, maybe. And I was like, whatever. Like, I'm fabulous. Of course I'm meant to have a freaking show. Like, hello. Right? So if you were to tell your former self and your future self something, what would it be?
Oh, I love this. My former self, my past self.
Yes.
Be as consistent in your job as you are with working out. Your body would be rocking by now. My future self. What do I want to tell my future self? Keep going with the comedy. Wouldn't that be my future self telling me? I'm coming.
Yeah, I'm coming. Here I come. Watch
I'm
out.
on my way.
Be
I think it would be
prepared.
good. What do you want your future self to tell you?
You
Yeah.
know what? It's an interesting thing because I think a lot of times we have this dream, we have this belief or vision or thought, and we hold back, or we make it the truth. We make it our truth. And I guess I just want to be this truth buster. I'm like, your truth is what you make it,
Yeah.
you
Find
know?
your voice and speak your truth. That's it,
Yes.
Barb. I love that.
Wow, it is. Okay, so what we usually do is like I would ask you, because I'm sure you have this really amazing thing of how you do, what is your morning thing? Like, how do you start your day?
Okay. So first I have a shot of vodka and then I'm just
Well,
kidding.
well, okay. I was like, shut up. You do. Wait, is that okay?
So this is a parody that I'm working on. I'm working on a parody of like the BTS of a life coach. And they're like on the webinar, they're like, this is my morning routine. I get up and I meditate and I look gorgeous. And then I have my tea. And then it's like, but what's really going on? And the kids are screaming. They're like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like pouring whiskey in their coffee. And they like look at the meditation station. They're like, they're
Yeah,
on the
right.
phone watching the news. So anyway, I
I love
digress.
that.
So what my real, I swear, is I go outside and I sit on my little lounge chair, my lawn chair, and I have my journal. I've got my instant pylon crap coffee that I freaking love. It's like espresso, takes me 2 seconds. I put in my leaner creamer, a little stevia. I go outside, I have my journal, I sit there and I just chill just for an hour, just kind of listening to whatever's coming in, looking at the trees, the birds, sip on my coffee, do a little writing, yada, yada, yada. Then maybe I'll stay out there for a little bit longer and I'll put on, some sort of audio book. I'll read something, like just do some sort of juicy education. Now it's like, of course, TikTok. I'm like looking for the dance of the day, like whatever that is, right? So I'll play on the phone. And then I like to do intermittent fasting, so I don't have breakfast. I don't eat until 12. And then I get to my walk. So Virginia and I usually do our morning walk together. So we get on our like ear pods and we go out for about an hour walk. And so we're walking and talking. So that, usually takes me to like 9:30. And now I'm ready to work. So it's an hour of sitting in silence and a little bit of like zhuzhi on the phone, something interesting, and then an hour walk.
Yes, I love that. That's awesome because like for me, and especially working from home, I'm like, I jump up and I go, and then I'm like, whoa, stop. So my first hour is like breathe, be in space of honoring, just you have another day, you have another opportunity, so I love that. So one of the things that we always do before guests is signing off, I'll ask you if what do you want to share with anyone who's watching, who will watch? Because what I'm really proud of is that some people will watch like live, but then all of a sudden it's like over the next week, they'll just start watching and all that. So what is it that you want to share with anyone who might be watching?
Like wisdom, like what do you mean specifically?
You know what's great about this? What do you want to share? Because it could be your wisdom. It could be, yes, drink a shot of vodka in the morning. No, only kidding. But what is it for you? Because I think you have so many amazing things to share. But I think for you, it is truly about what comes up for you, even right in this moment right now, that you would want to share with someone.
What's coming up for me in this moment is what can you do today that is going to help somebody, put a smile on somebody's face, like bring joy, this whole time has been a real high level. Like I'm always in service in my work, but like going above and beyond, calling friends in New York that I know are suffering, I'm doing my CIJ Clarity course right now. It's buy one, gift one to somebody who's on the front lines or has lost their job. It's like, I'm just really, like, I just donated $200 to this big movement for raising money with celebrities for food for people who have no
Sure.
food right now. So it's just like, when people get into this fear and scarcity, they contract. And I
Mm,
think that when you start giving and gifting, you expand. And
I
then
love that.
just the abundance flows in. I mean, I shared this with our group. I had financially the best month I've ever had in my entire career this month. And all I was
Yeah,
doing was giving.
giving. Yeah,
I was just
I
having
love that.
expansion. So if you feel yourself going into contracting and fear and scarcity, it's like, even if that's just a phone call,
Right.
let me get out of my shit and let me call somebody else who needs me right now,
Yeah. Always being in
whatever that is,
service
always
makes a
be in
huge
service.
difference. Huge difference. So just in case anyone who's watching, if you're like, I want to do this, I want to be on this show, I want to talk about it, you can send an email to showguest@iamthiswoman.com. We're always looking for women and some men who want to share and who really help to encourage. That's what this is all about. We are also working on our website. So if you're interested in writing a blog, you can send to blog@iamthiswoman.com. We have some great blogs. Our first one is Tinder, Tacos, and Tequila, which is really it's such a cute blog. I know, it's so good. It's so good. And what I Am This Woman is all about is knowing that we are not alone, that we come together and that we share. And that's what really makes a difference. It really does. And then just in case if you're watching out there, I am still looking for, I'm only down to 5 ladies because I am working on the book that I have been just sitting on for a couple of years because I'm being like, don't want to do this, but I do want to do this. So if you're interested in being really supporting with creating this space for women to read and share with others, just send me an email at barbara@iamthiswoman.com. Jennifer, I want to thank you for who you are, how you show up in this world, who you are to me, and as I continue to learn and grow with you, I just appreciate you so much, and you know what you're doing. I really do, and I appreciate the joy. I love the laughter and the joy. I like that a lot. So one of the ways that we wrap up and close out the show, we always ask our show guests to say their name and then say, I am this woman. So if you could go ahead and do that for us.
Jennifer Grace, I am this woman.
I love when people have some attitude when they're doing this. And I am Barbara Hort, the founder and host of I Am This Woman, and I am definitely this woman. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week, and please be kind to each other, love yourselves, and make it a great day. Bye, guys.